Hi, my name is Kim Easlick, and I'm a second-year AmeriCorps Public Ally with the Delaware Center for Horticulture. Today, as part of this year's Delaware Agriculture Week, we'll be discussing how to build resilient landscapes in urban agriculture through the use of specialty crops. As a refresher, I figured we could start with what exactly urban agriculture is and why it's become a necessity. The U.S. Department of Agriculture defines urban ag as the cultivation, processing, and distribution of agricultural products in urban and suburban areas. Kicking off in the 1960s, urban ag has become increasingly important with the steady move of residents in urban spaces and their need for access to freshly grown fruits and vegetables. Urban agriculture can include community gardens like the E.D. Robinson Farm in Wilmington, Delaware, which is pictured to the right, as well as vertical production that allows residents to grow food in sometimes unexpected spaces, and rooftop farms. So, we know what urban agriculture is, but what exactly does it mean to build resilience through landscapes? In a journal article titled Building Ecological Resilience in Highly Modified Landscapes, landscape resilience is defined as the ability of a landscape to sustain desired biodiversity and ecological functions over time in the face of climate change and other anthropogenic and natural stressors. Resilient landscapes have become a prominent element in urban development and planning. As climate change issues begin to worsen, the need to support native plants and their wildlife visitors becomes more important, and creating landscapes that can sustain biodiversity is vital. To do so, we must ensure that green spaces are protected and that future landscaping is done with an ecological and community-centered perspective in mind. So, how can resilient landscapes help you? They provide a multitude of benefits to local communities. For example, resilient landscapes can boost the local economy by directly engaging citizens to invest in their green spaces and by providing jobs. They also support native wildlife by acting as a habitat and a food source. They also provide a sense of community. Research has demonstrated that green spaces provide a sense of community within neighborhoods. And lastly, working to combat the impacts of climate change through increased carbon sequestration. One major way we're seeing landscape resilience in urban ag is with specialty crops. Specialty crops, as defined in law by the USDA, are fruits and vegetables, tree nuts, dried fruits, and horticulture and nursery crops, including floriculture. Urban farms such as the E.D. Robinson Urban Farm, maintained by the Delaware Center for Horticulture, grow specialty crops such as strawberries, blackberries, and peppers to provide various community centers with fresh food, working to combat food insecurity locally in Wilmington. In landscapes, these specialty crops work to support resilience through supporting pollinators by providing a food source and a habitat for bees, moths, and butterflies, preserving green space that could otherwise be developed. And this is a crucial element in the face of climate change, particularly in urban settings, as green space has been linked to multiple positive health benefits. And to share a few examples from a University of Delaware cooperative extension article, green spaces have been shown to reduce stress and violence, improve concentration, increase productivity, as well as enhance physical and mental health. Specialty crops also help communities understand food insecurity and its impact by providing direct access to fresh produce that would otherwise be inaccessible. And lastly, through supporting locally grown and sourced food, which then works to reduce your carbon footprint. And to end this brief presentation, I wanted to leave you with a few ways that you can get involved. Firstly, do your research and get involved by participating in community planning and goal setting. You can also further educate yourself and your neighbors on the subject of landscape resilience and specialty crops. Lastly, you can volunteer at local environmental organizations such as the Delaware Center for Horticulture. Thank you so much for listening and for attending the Delaware 2023 Ag Week. I hope you've learned the importance of resilient landscapes and specialty crops and their ability to aid the impacts of climate change. If you enjoyed this educational lecture, I encourage you to visit our events page at www.thedch.org/events to view our upcoming events and lectures, and be sure to visit the University of Delaware's Cooperative Extension for more information and resources.